Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Xbree, and today we're going to be continuing down the spirit route of finding her love and making her become one again with life and all the things that are great. I don't know, she's dead. We're gonna put a heart back in a dead person. Dang it. I'm also got some water here. Because one, my voice does get a little dry while I'm trying to do these voices. They're not even different, like they're not even crazy voices. Like Trapper is just a deeper voice. It's not even like mind-blowing or anything. Okay, but we're gonna go ahead and kick into this with our narrator. The spirit walks you around a corner to show you something that she discovered in this place and knew was meant to be connected with her journey, a cherry tree. It is just a small sapling, but it has begun to sprout flowers. It doesn't make sense to see a cherry tree here. In this place, it doesn't make sense to see a ghost in a black bathing suit, so you just accept it. A spirit steps up to the tree, a cold breeze blows some petals off, and they sound come cascading through there around the both of you. Oh, look at that, it even has spirit blossoms going by. Oh my god. Those spirit blossoms. Do you know the meaning of the cherry blossom? If I'm being completely honest, I do not know the meaning. They're beautiful, but also quite symbolic. Of course, like all good symbols, their meaning is pretty complicated. What do you mean to you? What do they mean to you? For many people, being among cherry blossoms is like being at a celebration of life. People travel great distances just to be near their vibrant beauty. However, as beautiful as they might be, they aren't magical. They're simply flowers. They quickly die and fade away, and for this reason they are also a symbol of the fleeting nature of life, of our fragile mortality. In a way, it's a specter of looming death that calls attention to this special moment, to see and appreciate life. How does that duality make you feel, Xtreme? Frustrated, empowered, unsure. She likes us being mysterious. But I have a feeling she wants a question, or she wants an answer. She wants an answer to her question this time. And maybe it's that we're frustrated. I'm like playing. It's not even me like trying to answer. This is me like guessing what the computer is wanting for a correct answer. Oh, I hate that I do that all the time. It's never me inside. Like how does it make me feel? How does it make me feel that this is seen as a celebration of life, yet even so, that the flower dies almost instantly, bringing us towards that our morality is very fragile. And to be quite honest, I have to say that it makes me feel, in a way, for me at least, it makes me feel a little empowered. It makes me feel like if I want to be able to do something with my life, I have to try every single moment of the way, and that even with the things that I do start, it's a brand new beginning, whether it's good or whether it's bad. I'm gonna go down it until it dies. So we're gonna be empowered. The knowledge that life and death are a cycle has always given me peace. Accepting the fleeting nature of life, like the beauty of the flower in a bloom, allows me to appreciate the moment without being too hung up on what comes next. As you explain, spirit faces begin to look sad to you. You're not sure why. It's not the happiest topic, life and death, but why should that matter? And then it dawns you, spirit has been trapped in this ghastly state of death with no hope to cycle back, no rebirth. Her moment of blossoming life long gone. That scary time of death and decay that came after the good part. That's spirit's eternity. I feel like an idiot. I wasn't talking about you. I wasn't even thinking about you. You just answered from the heart. I can't let that bother me. Our priorities are not the same. I have my mission. I know, and that was me answering, and I know that is definitely not what the computer wanted. But that's just how I felt. Okay. Once the fallen tree blossoms represent the souls of samurai souls, the warriors, those with noble characters, those who do not fear death, those who were killed in the great sacrifice to honor their emperor. Their lives were short, but their purpose gave them beauty. Those warriors saw death coming, but they never despaired. They stood and faced it. They held their swords and struck down their fear. But despite the samurai spirit that lives on in me, my noble bloodline, my life has ended, but my death continues to stretch on. The cycle is frozen. This cherry tree, it's not real. Though its petals fall, they soon replenish. It's as if it were installed here by someone. You watch as Spirit chooses her words very carefully, by something with no respect for the balance of life and death. We're sorry to interrupt. You know we don't believe you, right? Yep. But this time we really got a good reason. And it has nothing to do with us being manipulated by an unseen force, because that's definitely not happening. Nobody accused you of that, but okay. We're just here to tell you that it's time for dinner, silly. Get it while it's hot. I guess it's time to go, or whatever. Thanks for spending time with me today. I enjoyed it. Me too. I think our character is a little sad that we sort of made Spirit cry. Unintentionally. But that is how I do it. What a fun day you've been having. I can see it written all over your face. You're shiny. And that's not just the remaining anxious sweat from the spending an afternoon courting a psycho killer. No, no, no. You are really feeling this whole romantic experience. Don't worry. I'll keep your dirty little secrets. But enough gentle ribbing. It's time to get back to business. All the appetizing singles have arrived for dinner, including Trickster. Wraith is here too. We're not going to do the gag where we cram them all and scream at the same time, so just believe me, they're all here. And they're just as sexy and demented as you remember them. With your love on the line, everyone is being very careful not to offend you by saying the wrong thing. Congrats, by the way, on getting this far. I'm pretty as surprised as you are that these three are falling for you. No, not because of your personality, but because you just met them yesterday. However, since Trapper seems to have the biggest long shot to end up holding onto your heart, he throws caution to the wind and speaks up. The pretty small consolation prize for being the least loved killer on Murder's Island, but hey, letting them have this one moment in the spotlight is the least we can do, and heaven knows they won't do it better than that. If I'm dining solo, I'm eating what I want, and you're all eating it too. Lamb shake. Rare, salt, pepper, no sauces allowed, and serve it with the one single piece of broccoli so Wraith won't complain. I like broccoli. You can't even see him, but he's very excited about his broccoli. Gives me horrible gas. It gives me horrible gas too. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I don't like that. Buddy, wait till you smell what rare lamb does to my bowels. It's awesome. Dinner will be served shortly, but certain power brokers would like to know about your day. Would you like to share your day with the rest of the group? You had an interesting day, that's for sure. But how will you describe it to the others? Say too much, say too little, and it could affect your standing with the group. Okay, but don't just sit there and say nothing. Nothing is not an option. Gush. Gush about your day. Be coy. We're gonna gush. We're gonna put it all out there. I'm pretty sure Spirit does not like this. This is how you know that me and Spirit are definitely not compatible. Oh. Oh. I wish you could all meet the real Spirit. She has a beautiful soft side and you'd all get to see if you were a bit nicer to her. Spirit seems totally horrified. I promise she doesn't want people paying her any more attention. She's just trying to do her own thing, not fit into this killer club. Seriously? Did you listen to a single thing I said today? It seems clear to me that you did not. I already knew. I already knew. God, I hate that I knew and I still did it anyways. But and Claudette bring out dinner. Everyone eats in silence. No one trusts anyone now. And they are all very tired. Oh wait, no, sorry. There's a jury supernatural horror thriller set in Antarctica, not a charming parody dating sim set in an undisclosed tropical paradise. Bon appetit. Bony appetit, she says. Don't you mean bone? No, almost everything we serve here has lots of bones in it, even the vegetables. Impossible to avoid on this island. Everyone eats without speaking. Tensions are rising, both of sexual and deadly variety. When everyone finishes, Dwight and Claudette come back to clean up the table. They linger around you as they pick up your plate, take your napkin, and dust crumbs off the table. What would you like to say to the servants? We're gonna completely ignore them. Is there anything else we can do for you? Anything at all? Anything? A manners book, perhaps? Fine, we're used to being the kind of shabby treatment here on the Jerk Island. Everyone, if you would please be kind as to follow us to the fire pit, we'd greatly appreciate it. We've been told something big is going to happen, something that will change everything. You can go willing or go unwilling. You have no choice. Let's pick these. Did you have a choice on how you said that, dweeb? Yes, and I immediately regret how I did. Good. Something needs to change around here. Fire is her birth. Fire illuminates the soul. Look at her. She's so... And her cute little bunny mat. I already knew that it was me and Huntress the whole time. But we must pursue Spirit with the right mind. with the right behind. I hope the fire isn't too smoky. Smoke hurts my eyes. I have pretty sensitive eyes. I'm also horribly afraid of it. The fire, I mean, not my eyes. Because of childhood trauma involving fire. And finally, everyone starts moving toward the fire pit, if only to get away from Wraith's complaining. Yes, and now we must do the fun part of kicking someone off. And I already know who I'm gonna be kicking, but we'll go ahead and just go into this. You take a seat on the comfortable log, feeling the fire's heat against your skin, and waiting for other killers to take their place, wondering who will want to tell a story this time. Will narrator tell a story? I bet they've got a stunningly creative mind. Hey, you think. Are they allowed to simply place thoughts in my mind like this? Doesn't seem fair. Everyone makes their way in, but something unexpected happened. Nothing happened. Something almost always happens to be happening here, so nothing is probably not a great sign. Everyone is just waiting. Oh, so you know, do something. Should I pick someone to tell a story, or we could play charades? Bulgy? Well, we were actually thinking, why don't you tell us a story? Oh wait, we're not kicking someone off yet. I'm going too far ahead. That's day 3, or maybe the end of. I don't remember. Wraith points his spine and skull staff thingamajig at you. You duck out of its way. Who knows what that thing could do? Probably shoot lasers. Try not to bore us. We're very interested in you. Don't speak for me, Huntress. Now you can't tell if you're warm from the fire or if your nerves are heating up. I know that the fire is right here, but maybe if we stop talking about it all the time, we can start to pretend it's not here and doesn't, you know, threaten to burn us all alive. He's not supposed to hear me. Get out of here, Wraith. Hector was about to make an important decision about telling a story or not. I'm not the storytelling type. Let's see what happens here. I'd rather not. Why? Do you have something to hide? You're telling us you don't have a single story in your entire life? So sad. Truly, humanity has reached its crumbling rod. I just want to hear your voice. Why are you being like this? Be strong. Be gracious. Because you're all much better storytellers than I am. Look at you, wooing everyone without offending anyone. The clealers blush, flattered. Except Spray. She sees through you. Sorry. Okay, that was not a very good story. I don't mean to insult you, but it was actually quite bad. Sorry, but this narrative keeps it real. We can't just end it there. So, who else would you like to hear a story from tonight? You look from killer to killer, trying to decide who might be the most entertaining. We're gonna go with Spirit again, because this time we gotta bring it back up. Like I have a feeling we were up here with Spirit, and then it just dwindled down in the past like 10 minutes. I suppose I could tell a story. I don't really want to, but anything I say is sure to be better than whatever you get out of anyone else in this group. Like all good stories, I stole this one from someone in the past who is dead now and can't do anything about it. It's called The Bride, or technically I suppose the fiance. One winter, a young couple decided that the next spring they would be married. The two were madly in love and could not wait for the snow to melt so they could join in matrimony and unite their souls for eternity. Per the latest bridal trends, they decided to have their wedding ceremony at the edge of the woods by a beautifully shabby farmhouse. Together, they had spent months planning the details of the wedding. The two created invitations, figured out seating arrangements, and tasted 100 cakes before settling on the perfect one. They chose Lilikoi, by the way, so fancy. When it came time to figure out the decorations, however, the bride, or the fiance, I guess, since she wasn't actually married yet, wanted to take the lead and set the style. After all, her boyfriend had been wearing cargo shorts and open-toe sandals for pretty much their entire relationship, so he was definitely not to be trusted. Having decided on such a lovely natural settings for the ceremony, the fiance decided that she would create unique flora arrangements from the local wild flowers that surrounded the farmhouse. As soon as the sun rose on the first day of spring, she set off in the wood. Each day she spent hours mapping out where the best blooms could be found and prepared to pick them herself the morning of the wedding, so that they'd be at the height of their freshness and beauty. Enamored with the incredible variety of flowers in the wood, she surveyed the bride, or the fiance, since she had not been married yet, became obsessed with knowing just how many there were so that she could choose the absolute best. When the fateful morning of the big day finally came, the fiance told her husband-to-be that she had one final errand before the wedding. Excited for the ceremony to come, she dressed in her beautiful white gown and set off into the woods to gather flowers. Treading carefully, she followed her route, selecting only the best stems and collecting them in a basket. However, when she came upon a once familiar clearing, something was not as she expected. Somehow, it was more beautiful now than it had ever been before, and just on the edge of her view was a new bush filled with blossoms so vibrant and colorful she became dizzy just looking at them. But the fiancé ignored her sudden spell and pressed ahead, scooping up flower after flower, and every time she did, she noticed just farther ahead and possibly even more beautiful blossoms. Carried by the sweet fragrance of spring air, the fiancé crept farther and farther into the woods until she turned a corner, stepped over a mossy fallen tree trunk and realized she had been here before. But this wasn't the clearing she remembered, or at least not how she remembered it. The flowers were suddenly overripe, decaying, falling from the stems into festering, molding piles on the floor. Where bees had been, now only flies buzzed. Where the scene of flowers had once intoxicated her, the odor of mildew now made her sick. She turned and looked back, but the path was dark. Into the shadowy gleam she walked and walked and walked. That day, as guests gathered at the farmhouse, the fiancé was nowhere to be seen. Her friends, her family, and her love began to look for her, but to no avail. They searched the pasture and the tree line into the forest, but there were no beautiful wildflowers or young lovers to be seen. Just old dead trees, trampled vines, and moss-covered rocks. The fiancé stayed a fiancé for eternity, always wandering looking for fresher blooms to clip, but never finding them. Distracted by the never-ending search for perfection, unable to see that you are loved for who you are. I just realized that we did the story in my last playthrough, so I'm like, I didn't get to see a new one. But we had to do this to make sure that Spirit knows that we want her out there all alone. I thought it was a beautiful and sad, just like someone we know. How was story time? A lot of people like to take pot shots at sequel, but I think every good story deserves a follow-up. When you think it's the end, the sequel is almost never as rewarding as the original. That's why I'm much more of the fan of the episodic style of storytelling. Knowing it's a series takes a lot of pressure off an individual installment and builds a greater sense of community between audience and creator. Tell me, XP, if you could delete any sequel from existence, what would it be? Don't answer that, we don't actually care. We're just here to make sure that we seamlessly move on to the next segment of the evening. God forbid my small talk get in the way of the romantic twilight moment. Dwight, I'm gonna need you to shut your yap. You know we need to get back to that thing that we do whenever we're not on screen. Okay, you have fun tonight and try not to wink wink end up dead. Why did you say the words out loud? And what kind of double entree are you getting at with the end up dead thing? Dwight is physically incapable of winking, not since the accident. And you do know that all of these people are despicable criminals with double-digit kill counts, right? Well, except for Spirit. She doesn't really belong here. She's strictly a victim, not a perpetrator. No wonder she's pissed. Did I hear anybody trash-talking Spirit? Dill me in. What do you say we take this talk to the hot tub so I can soak this bod while I roast that ghost with some killer hot takes? Please, enough talk of burns, things that are lit or getting blazed. It's enough that these activities have to be set next to a literal fire. Must I be surrounded by figurative flames as well? What if we turned and ran as far away from this place as we could, just you and me? On those splendid legs, you're probably tired before you got too far. If it's running away to someplace more secluded XP is after, then they should obviously join me. Have you seen these legs? Pure power. Oh, I cannot be tempted. No. Not that my walk speed really reflects my giant stature, but that's because I choose to move slowly for stealthy reasons. It's my own choice and it's completely logical. Why is everyone so obsessed with comparing themselves to each other and creating drama? I'm so over all that. Don't you get it? Society wants to trick you into fighting each other so that corporations can swoop in and sell you fake solutions to all your fabricated problems. I'll be sitting in shade and drinking something locally sourced while thumbing through a public domain novella printed on recycled paper, because I refuse to play their game anymore. It's like she's actively trying to be unappealing as possible. Does it really turn anyone else on or just me? Despite Trapper's insatiable appetite, it seems his attention, along with the attention of everyone else, is still on you. Furthermore, you could, I don't know, just pick one of us maybe? We could all move on with our lives, or, you know, some special projects we might have going on? You heard him. Who will it be? Who will we head off for the evening activity? I'm just saying, you may not get a ton of chances to date like this before your turn on Murder Island comes too close. And no, I'm not satisfied with that name either. But with this streaming reality TV dating show boom happening, it's pretty much all that wasn't taken. Which killer will you pick? And yes, we're back to excluding Trickster because that guy. We're gonna go with Spirit. We're gonna hang out with Spirit, and I was covering her face just a tad bit. Hopefully not too long. Oh, you picked me. Yay. Sorry, that was rude of me. I despise phoniness, so I should be honest with you. You make for interesting company, and I love the idea of winning over these other killers at all costs, even when I hate the game and the prize. But I had a long day. Floating, subverting expectations, grinding my teeth as I imagine sweet, sweet revenge. It takes a lot out of me. So don't stop bringing your A game, alright? It might seem like I hate everything, and getting to really know who I am is an impossible task, not worth trying, but too bad. You won't know unless you search deep inside yourself and bring everything you've got. Or just say the exact right thing at the right time and melt my cold heart in an instant. I don't know the rules here any better than you do. That is what I should try and do. See you at the bar, I guess. That is what I should definitely try and do. You arrive at the bar to find Dwight and Claudia both holding cocktail shakers surrounded by a bevy of bottles for associated boozes. Who's ready to get wasted? As you know, I don't drink, so not me, unless you mean wasted as in killed, in which case, Dad, if you are out there somewhere, I will find you and waste you for what you've done to me. You really don't drink, ever? Is that like because it would fall out a hole in your stomach thing, or... I don't drink alcohol because alcohol is poison of the body and mind, and I don't need to act like a fool to have a good time. Then why did you choose a mixology lesson as your romantic nighttime activity? Everyone knows this kind of day is just an excuse to get loaded up on booze and make terrible decisions. It's true, not a single person has ever learned anything at one of these things. I wouldn't know, I have never been to a mixology. I don't think I want to be honest. Dwight, no, that's not true. You learned how to tie a cherry knot in the stem using only your tongue. Whoa, who ordered a soda with a splash of my private business? Because that's off menu. Well, I know what I'm drinking to forget tonight. What does a narrator drink? Mixology is a real thing, and it doesn't require alcohol to be interesting. I'll have you all know that I worked at a restaurant before I was violently executed by your father, on whom you will have your bloody vengeance. Right. Well, so be it. How about you, actually? Do you drink? We're gonna stay sober. I've got the impression that tonight will be a night I want to remember perfectly, so I'm gonna pass on the alcohol drink. Here. Alcohol is a false escape. Besides, it's not like sober people can't have fun. You watch a spirit picks up a plum cherry and roughly stabs a little plastic sword through it. Cherry juice splatters everywhere and it's a little fruity guts flop onto the spirit's lap. Whoopsie. One of the upsides of wearing black, it hardly shows stains. So her clothes are all just stained. No take backsies. So, lovebirds, what drink shall we make? Let's go with dark and stormy. I don't know any of these options mean anything. I know Bloody Mary and fancy beer might be something, but we'll go with dark and stormy. How about a dark and stormy drink for my dark and stormy date? Okay, that's a cute one. Please allow us to demonstrate how a dark and stormy is made. First, rum, or in this case, rum extract, and a bit of apple juice is poured over ice. And then fresh ginger beer is added. I love how she's just blocking them. She's just like, screw you guys. That was cute. Garnish with a lime wheel, and drink. The end. Do you think you're up to the challenge of replicating this recipe? I was supposed to be paying attention? Replicating rum substitute and ginger beer over ice? Don't forget the lime wheel. Rum substitute and ginger beer over ice with the lime wheel. Not sure I appreciated your tone, but yes, you got it. You're a natural, a sassy natural. You and Dwight might have more in common than... Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Just because I have glasses with him does not mean I'm anything like Dwight. Spirit seems to be in a lovely mood as she sips her drink and her dark and stormy. She's not even rolling her eyes at your petty behavior. On cue, a little dark storm begins to make its way in from the ocean. You taste your own dark and stormy as you watch the clouds approach. Quite refreshing. Isn't this fun? Honestly, it's the most drama-free fun I've had since I got here. And since you picked a simple but delicious drink, we've got plenty of time left to relax. Wanna make out a little? What the? Whoa! Ooh! Ooh! That was not what I was expecting. Oh, that caught me off guard. What? You breathe in a sip of your drink and immediately begin coughing? Yeah, before you can get a yes out. Lightning strikes a palm tree on the beach and immediately starts a fire. The activity ends abruptly as Claudette and Joy usher the two of you away from the bar. No! No! Gosh, dang it. The gang's all together again on the volleyball court. Seems like only yesterday you were sitting on the sidelines watching everyone get sweaty. That's because it was. Boy, feels like I've been here a lot longer than that actually. It's so late that the sun is already beginning to rise. Better get this over quickly so that I mean you can get some beauty rest. I do not recommend the eternal damnation of perpetual narratum. Good thing you've really used your time well since then. Really getting to know the gang, the brain, the mongrel, the basket case, and the psychotic bunny girl. I'm gonna assume the brain is spirit. You know the 4 types of people. I got an achievement obsessed much. I don't even know what that achievement is for, but we're gonna find out what it is later. Anyway, everyone is gathered on the volleyball court for a new type of game. Pitch your dream day and see who XP chooses. Who's ready for round robin? How round are we talking? No, not to eat, Huntress. Each killer gets 2 minutes to tell you all about the dream date they have planned for you tomorrow. In no particular order, which is a weird thing to mention, right? Almost like the order does matter. Trapper, why don't you go first? You think you deserve it even if the case it's a subtle dig. Stop talking. I messed that up, I'm sorry. Trapper, without further ado, would you like to make us all uncomfortable by pushing the boundaries of what's acceptable not only in a polite society but within the narrative of this in-world event and also the larger meta-narrative of a Dead by Daylight dating experience? Sometimes you just gotta say it. Well, yes, thank you, I'd love to. So, Expert, you're thinking of picking me? Well, this is your final warning. Pick me and be punished. And rewarded? Tomorrow will suck, probably. I'm not an easy guy to get along with, I know that. But I can tell you this much. I'm hiding a secret on this island that will make fans shit themselves with excitement. If you like Trapper, you're gonna love it. And if you're not, you're a maggot. And also, everyone, even confident, sexy ladies in rabbit masks, better stay the hell away from my yacht. Sorry. Anyway, Wraith? Well, I don't know. I'd really prefer to just tell XP privately. I don't really know how that's going to work with these game mechanics. What if you just whispered to XP? Wraith considers this for a long moment. Too long. It's fine. Without moving, Wraith lowers his voice to a barely audible whisper. Tomorrow, we have to find my bell. And then I can finally tell you about what I've been working on. It's gonna be really special. The kind of thing where we will really bond. And maybe finally get off this island. And maybe then we can go on a real date. You done? Is that it? Wraith nods proudly. Great, Huntress, why don't you take it from here? Tomorrow morning, I'm planning on a nice atmospheric breakfast on the yacht. Don't worry, Trapper won't even know it's gone. What was that? Nothing, go away. And then, boy oh boy, I got such an adventure plan. It involves hunting for treasure. What kind of treasure are we looking for? I guess you have to pick me to find out. Let me tell you, it's primo stuff. Now, if you don't mind, I've got to start preparing, because it's clear already that you're going to pick me. Confident, mysterious, I like it. Hit a spirit. Figurative, damn it, Dwight. You gotta watch your words with these people. Tomorrow you'll spit in the face of God, die, be reborn anew. That's it? If you're not intrigued by that, I don't want you. Go draw crayon art with Trapper or dig up whatever mysteries with Wraith. I don't know what those guys do all day. Don't you want to at least specify what god you'll be spitting in the face of? All of them. Okay then, so hydrate tonight if you intend to hang with Spirit. And time's up, everyone. Gosh, you need to dream about these options so you're ready in the to choose in the morning. Now go dream about all those swoon-worthy options so that you're ready to make a choice. I'm done. Have a swell night. Did you two forget to mention something? Oh gosh, how could we forget? Before you run off to slumber peacefully, there's one more thing to do. No reality survival dating competition parody would be complete without singling out one of our contestants who is already teetering on the edge of a psychological break and giving them a little push. Hold up, this has been a survival dating competition parody this entire time. I'm just now finding out about this, even though my character is finding out about this. I know, because I'm so smart and I've done this already. Come on, the signs were there, you just didn't read them. Welcome to Murder's Island. It's now time to eliminate one of the killers. Oof, that's like butchering, but it hurts even worse. You can't kill a killer, but can you break their heart? Do you dare to even try? You mean, that's right, tomorrow one of these sexy slicers will not be able to take you on a date. Who is it gonna be? But why? Because it's dramatic? Because it's surprising? Because it's a classic reversal of fate? And it will hurt someone's feelings? Someone dangerous? What's it gonna be, champ? What's your thought process here? Chopper seems like he might throttle you in your sleep if you eliminate him. That being said, at least you see him coming. Spirit could be anywhere. She floats. And I hear that she can disappear. Hard to track. Eek, if you get rid of Wraith, he might cry. And although I totally support normalizing men crying and being vulnerable, it just seems like he might be an ugly cry. Bunches, she might pretend to be okay, but with it, but then you'll start seeing her behind every tree. What I'm trying to say is, I don't envy you, boss. So which sociopath are you eliminating? We're gonna be eliminating Wraith. Peace out, Wraith. Look, I'm here and I'm horny and I'm not really getting positive reinforcement with you, Wraithy Poo. Please don't take this personal. It's just my opinion of you and who you are and what you're about deep down as a person and how I don't like it. He is the Jesus person of the group. He is. Like, give me something, you know? A kiss, a wink, hold my hand. Finish telling me about all this mysterious stuff you're obsessed with. Or better yet, don't. Wraith rises taller than everyone's seen him and calmly walks to the exit. Before he leaves, he turns to you. When you came here, I thought perhaps you would be different. I don't know how my last bit of hope in humanity hadn't been snuffed out, but it wasn't. It is now. You are just like the rest of them. There's no hope of goodness here. The only thing I can do is try to escape. Or burn everything and everyone to the ground. He leaves. Pretty badass exit. Wasn't expecting that. Now that you've broken the heart of someone heartless, you should go get some shut-eye. And don't worry too much about the broken heart you left behind. Because, of course, they'll be receiving a consolation prize. They might not go home with X-Ray when this is all over, but they'll never sleep alone again. That's right, we are sending our eliminated player with the Trickster Pillow Body. Their own, mostly new, Trickster Body Pillow. The next best thing to the real Trickster. It might not hug you back, but it definitely won't try and stab you. And how do we know? Because I've tried it. That's right, it's Dwight tested. Plotted approved. I hope you sleep well tonight. You're my hero for what you've accomplished. How can you sleep tonight knowing what you've done? No, not because of the guilt. I mean knowing that there's a legit homicidal maniac who hates you so close by. How can you sleep tonight knowing what you'll do tomorrow? I don't know how you'll do it, but you better go before Dwight and Claudette come back and put you to sleep themselves. You know those two. Schedule, schedule, schedule. Oh my god. Always gotta have some water. Whoa, what a crazy way to end the day. An elimination? I didn't even know it was that kind of game. Let's check in with everyone, especially with our loser. Everyone deserves a send-off. We'll see how things go tomorrow, I suppose. I'm not expecting anything. I tend to shut my mind off during hard times. I know I seem all excited and devil may care, but the truth is, I'm really a pessimist at heart. That tends to happen when your mother is skewered by an elk when you were young? Yeah, how'd you know? Wild guess. It's the only thing that you talk about. I love how the narrator is talking to them. Excuse me, I think I saw a raccoon over in that tree and I'm feeling peckish. I know I said some things when XP kicked me to the curb and I just want to say I'm embarrassed for how I acted. Not what I said though, I stand by it and I want everyone here to burn. How would I say things are going? It's a matter of perspective. If XP's goal is to impress me, things are going poorly. But if XP's goal is to get themselves killed, they're doing an amazing job. Of course XP's into me, why wouldn't they be? I'm thoughtful, beautiful, surrounded by a calming mist. I've also got great hair. He does have some pretty great hair. Some super long hair. And since I'm technically dead, I'm extremely low maintenance. Look, I don't like to throw the term anime waifu around too often, but if the body pillow fits, snuggle it. You know what I mean? She is the anime waifu of the group. That is true. What? No, you're not part of this. You don't get a confessional. It's cool, man. I'm not a part of anything, you feel me? I'm not a cog in anyone's machine, I'm my own machine. This whole thing is pretty cute though. Charmingly low budget, old school marketing vibes. Not gonna lie, I kinda wish I wasn't so busy right now. I'd definitely be down to be with this reality show style dating competition with survival element. But I got this new album, upcoming tour, finalizing my new sneaker line, producing an unlimited series on my life, starting a new social media NFT crypto app, and doing those private gigs over on IP Island. My dudes, you gotta come check it out. IP Island, it's dope. It's where the real killers are hanging out, fully licensed, no legal drama. Lawyers, take a hike. I'm gonna tell everyone that Trickster said that about them. Don't worry. I'm talking your favorite established characters from all over pop culture that can't be seen on this island. Hell, you probably can't even mention names like Ghostface. Don't you say it. Look, we get it. You're very popular and in demand, but we have a game to get back to, and I don't want to get sued. Ghostface! Come on! Whatever, I don't even care. I'm the trickster. See you around next week, you two narrator. I have a name, you know. You do? Yes, seriously, they don't pay me enough to deal with you people. Is it my turn? What? No, it's not your turn. You're sitting in water. How are you even sitting in that chair? What's a chair? It's a thing, you're getting all wet. Now it's gonna smell like mildew. Okay, rude. Fine, let's get this over. It's your turn, Ocean. Do your check-in. Check-in? I was just looking for the bathroom. Bathroom, are you sitting? It's down the hall and to the left. It's okay, never mind. Never mind. What does that mean? No, not you two. This wasn't meant to be a confessional time for literally every character in this game. It's okay, we don't have a confession or anything. We just been working our asses off for 2 days straight and wanted to sit down somewhere. This chair is wet. Yeah, I think those can just be in it. How's that even pop? You know what? I don't care. You two look pretty pleased with yourself. I got something to confess. Oh great, what's it gonna be? You ate glue in 2nd grade? You cheated on the algebra test once? Watching Ray get eliminated was the first time in this unending spiral staircase of pain. That is my life that I've ever felt a modicum of joy. Every minute that I'm living in this is a nightmare. This place, the sun, these sweet sugary drinks, it sounds fun for a weekend, but for an eternity? The unrelenting rhythm of crashing waves and wailing seagulls, it's like a cascading song of evil that makes me question the very foundation of the universe. Why am I here? Why are any of us here? What kind of a sentient being would do this? Please erase me from this existence. Make it so I was never born. Pull the plug on this experiment and let my soul be free. And please, please get me out of this polo shirt. Okay, let's get you back to bed, buddy. I don't want to go to bed. Going to bed eventually, I'll have to wake up. Yikes. Huh, that was a weird way to end. Well, what are you gonna do? You let the camera roll long enough and someone is bound to say something crazy. Anyways, seems like everyone had their shot to annoy me tonight. So hit the hay and get some rest. Tomorrow's gonna be a doozy. And before we continue on with our very, very fun tonight, we did get to kick someone off. I knew it, I'm smart. We're gonna go ahead and end it there, and we'll continue probably our final date with Spirit and then the ending. So thank you that made it all the way through. This has been a lot of fun. I think we are in the good graces of Spirit, so we'll get to see a good ending and also a bad one. And yeah, if you haven't already, please consider liking and subscribing. We'll be playing more different kinds of games. We'll be playing more of a platformer game. We'll then also, once we finish that game, we'll probably go into finding other indie games on itch. And yeah, so thank you for watching. I'll make sure to catch you in the next one. Goodbye. Since you picked a simple but delicious drink, we've got plenty of time left to relax. Wanna make out a little? What the? Whoa! Ooh. Ooh. That was not what I was expecting. Oh.